Hi everybody, welcome to my Watch It Wednesday live, my first live of 2023. So, I can hear myself, that's never good, is it? A very happy new year to you all. I hope you all enjoyed your Christmas and New Year celebration. I am going live tonight to show you a couple of new products that are available from our mini catalogue this evening. It launches at 11 o'clock here in the UK and it's full of lots of lovely new products. So I'm going to show you a stamp set and die bundle tonight. So do leave me a comment, say hi, ask me questions. And as always, anything that I use in my live is available to purchase through my online store. The items that I mentioned that are new in the new catalogue will be live from 11 o'clock tonight. Don't forget to enter the online shopping code and you'll receive a free gift and card kit from me in the post in February. We also have celebration running and I will talk to you a little bit more about that as the evening goes on. But for now, just sit back, relax, and we'll do some crafting. Okay, so here is my desk and I am going to be using this Love For You stamp set and die bundle. I'm just trying to find the comments on here. Okay, I can see the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer. I can see the comments now, which is always nice. It is really so nice this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. It's a photopolymer set. See the comments now, which is always nice. So this new stamp set, it's called Love For You stamp set. Just looking at the examples that I've made on stamping cards. This one, just has the 4 years stamp particularly in the stamp. But what I've done, I've added a little black line in the middle just to highlight what I've done in great detail. And then I've got my stamped flowers, and again I've added a little bit of black just to highlight in great detail. And then I've got my stamped flowers, and again I see there the 2 steps just stamped to highlight details as well. So you can see the background, just the outline again of the flower, and the 2 steps just stamped in a sort of details as well. Then we have this one I shared on my Instagram and my blog earlier on this week for the colour challenge. Okay, I think I've managed to sort it. I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start again, and if anyone has any problems with sound, just let me know, okay? So, starting again, and now there's a bit of a lag, so it's going to take a minute or so for people to let me know if there's a problem or not. So just to recap, I've cut myself a card base. My card base measures 10.5 centimetres by the length of an A4 sheet of card. So that gives me a front layer or front area of 10.5 centimetres by 14.9. Okay, I'm just going to turn this up and see. I've still got that noise. No, I haven't. Oh, it's much better. Oh, thank goodness. Thanks, ladies. Right, okay, so that's my base layer, and then I've cut myself a white top layer, and this is a whole just 1 centimetre smaller. So my measurement is 9.5 centimetres by 13.9. What that does is I can either lay that on my card just like so, or I can add myself a coloured layer underneath, a bit of a mat. But I am going to do that in a while. So I promised you a little bit of simple stamping, so that's what we're going to do to kick us off. So I'm going to stamp myself this lovely So Much Love sentiment. I just love this, it's so pretty. And this time of year, it's always nice to let people know you're really thinking of them. Now, because this is a photopolymer stamp set, it's quite a large area, so I would recommend using a nice stamping mat underneath your card. It just gives you a bit of a give when you stamp, and it gives you a nice image. So the colours I've got on my desk, I have got Flirty Flamingo, I've got Mint Macaron, and I've got Pale Papaya. So I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to go with a navy. I do love me a bit of navy stamping. And it's a great alternative to black. Giving that a nice inking, and I'm going to stamp that just in the centre of my card. Give that a nice press, and then lift. So you get a beautiful, rich image when you stamp. Evening to you. Oh, I'm so glad the sound's better. I did have a little panic back then. Right, so I've got my nice base image, and now we're going to do just some flowers stamped in and around. You can see how much I've used this stamp set already, because my stamps are really quite coloured damaged. Not damaged, it doesn't damage the stamps, but they've got quite a lot of ink build up already. I have really enjoyed using it actually. And if you've received a catalogue of mine, which some of you have still not received, you will see you've got a nice little bookmark, and I've used this stamp set in there as well. Okay, so put that to one side. Let's go back to our cards. I'm just going to do my flowers to start with, and I'm going to go with some Pale Papaya flowers. And the trick with this is to stamp the outlines first, okay, or stamp your main flowers first. Not to get any ink on my stamping mat, so let's just put a piece of that over. Just going to stamp me a few little flowers in and around. So, and then I'm going to, you can either stamp your detail over the top in the same colour. Dear, I've not cleaned this stamp very well. In the same colour, or you can go a bit lighter. I'm going to do the same colour, just because I'm quite happy for it to look quite subtle. And there you can see that just gives it a little bit of inner detail, like so. And then I'm going to do my smaller flowers think I want to do these in a different colour. I'm going to go with a So Saffron. Oh, if I can. That Pal Papaya is really tough actually. Let's go So Saffron. I'll go for a yellow. Happy New Year to you, Kim. So, and then we've got some little green flowers, little green leaves. I want that one. I want this one. Trick is to have lots of blocks to have, and I'm going to stamp these in mint macaron. So far we've got Night of Navy, Pale Papaya and mint macaron. I'm just going to add me just a few little leaves, and for this I've just stamped off slightly. Like so. Okay, so there we have my So Much Love. And then if I bring my card base back in, that looks really, really lovely, just like that. But I am going to put a little dark layer around it, I think. Let's go for some mint macaron. So for this, we know that our top layer is 9.5 by 13.9. So I'm going to add on 3mm. So I'm going to go to 9.8 centimetres by 14.2. So it's just ever so slightly bigger. And then it just lifts it ever so slightly. And I think it makes that layer just stand out quite nicely. So let's attach it all together. And then I'll show you the add-on stamps. Like so. Okay, great. We've done that. So we've got So Much Love, and then here we've got Each and Every Day, Thanks for All You Do, Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Anniversary, Congratulations, and Nobody Gets Me Like You, and Friend. So I'm going to do So Much Love each and every day. So I'm going to take my Each and Every Day, and this is where I want a little bit of scrap. And I've got two different colours of scrap. I've got me some mint macaron scrap, and I've got some white scrap. So this is where we have a little bit of a decision, and I think I know which one I'm going to go for. So let's put my little stamp on my block, and I'm going to stamp this in Soft Succulent. Now Soft Succulent is like a dark mint macaron. So it works really, really nicely. Where are my scissors? Here are my scissors. And then let's just trim this down. So Much Love each and every day. And I love that in that green actually. Now if we were to stamp that on the white, I'll show you a little comparison. I'm really going to miss Soft Succulent. It's one of our in colours that finishes this year. And it's probably one of my most used colours. Okay, so we've got so much love each and every day in the white, which is lovely, really, really nice, but I think the green just pops a little bit more. I'm just going to trim this down ever so slightly, even up the top and the sides, and we've got each and every day to go on. There you are. So that's a very flat card. It's very top heavy, so there's a lot of weight on our front layer and not a lot in there. So I'm going to just repeat what I've done on the outside. Inside, and that's a really lovely card, just to let someone know that you're thinking of them, that you appreciate them, and that you're thinking of them. So we did 14.2, didn't we? That'll do nicely. And then this layer we want 13.9. I tend to use the same measurements all the time, actually. And I do that for two reasons. One, because it keeps it nice and straightforward in my brain. And two, they're just tried and tested, and I find that they just really work. So we've got our layers inside, but it looks a bit naked, doesn't it? So I'm going to put just a little bit more stamping on the inside here. Love the colour combo, Sandra says. It's really sweet, isn't it? I love this time of year because we really get to use those subtle colours. I know we can use them at any time, but I'm definitely a spring subtle minded person. My brain just works that way, I guess. Feel like I need a bit of WD-40 on my Pal Papaya stamp pad. And then we want our macaron, don't we? And remember to stamp off. Stamping off is a really simple technique, but it's really effective, and it just gives you a little bit more detail, especially if you're using the two-step stamp set. So now let's pop this all together. Like so. So that is our first card all finished. Now what I would probably do is I'd probably just add a few little gems. There's nothing inside our flowers, so you could either use a gem or you can take a Night of Navy right marker and just add yourself some little dots inside, and that just brings the navy into your flowers. Hang on. So if I show you that now, you can see there's a little bit of navy dotting just inside my flower. So I've done that on the outside. Don't forget the inside, of course. Like so. So that is my first card all finished. We've gone with a completely different look to my other cards. So I haven't designed these tonight, but these are ones that I have been designing before now. You'll notice this one is very, very similar. All I've done on this one is I've added me in a few little hand-drawn lines onto the image, which again is just another way you can mix up your look. So that's our first card of this evening, and I'm really pleased with how that's come out. The grid paper is slipped, but I thought it would be nice to make 2 cards, and then I can show you the dies in a little bit more detail as well. And we want to use that beautiful DSP, don't we? So let's go for some pinks. So we've got some pale papaya, and then over here we've got either some pale, no, is it pale? I can never remember what this colour is called. Pale papaya, petal pink, that's the word I was looking for, petal pink. Or we've got this really bright, what colour is that? Sweet sorbet, and I really like the sweet sorbet against the flirty flamingo. I think it looks really, really nice. You've got a bit of a tone on tone situation there. You could even add in some mint macaron, or we can add in a darker colour. So I am going to first of all cut myself my card base, and I'm using the same measurement as I did for the first one. So I'm cutting along the width of my A4 at 10.5 centimetres, turning it round and scoring at 14.9 centimetres. That will then give me this nice tent fold card base. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this piece, and I'm going to cut this so it's pretty much the same size as the card. So I'm going to go for 10.3 by 14.7. No, it's 14.8, 14.7. 1 millimetre makes all the difference, don't you know? So we can pop that on our card. So we can't actually see too much of that flirty flamingo. And you know what? That's okay, because we will see it elsewhere. So I'm going to stick that down onto my card base straight away. So that's my card base. I'm going to put that to one side, and I'm going to do myself a little bit of die cutting. Okay. I'm going to bring in my die machine. Now you can use the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but mine is in the house. The mini cut and emboss machine is great for kind of crafting on the go, and I tend to have mine sort of in the house with me. Right, so I'm going to cut myself this little outline to start us off. Let's just roll this through. So we now have the outline that we need. Put that one back over there. Now I'm going to stamp the So Much Love, and we're going to cut that out, okay? So I'm going to grab myself some white card. Is this big enough? No, it isn't. It's ever so slightly too small. Always keep your scraps, because you're guaranteed you will find one that is the right side. I'm going to do navy again, okay? And I need my Stampin' mat back. And what this does is it will give us a really nice border of white, sort of bring in the white that we've got in that gingham paper as well. Let's put that over there. And then we're going to take our next size down die, that was here. We're going to line that up around our sentiment. Stick that down with a bit of washi. Washi is your best friend when you are doing this sort of die cutting. Just line that up where you think it looks best, and then we're going to wheel that through as well. Now what this does is it cuts it all out as individual words. So if you did just want to use the word so, or the word much, or love, it all cuts out individually. We're going to place that on our die. Tap out the pieces. And this is where I need to remember where this works. So the much goes in there. We've got so going, oops. And there, you watch, I'll move my hands and it will all move. And then we've got love down here. I think that is really, really pretty. So I'm going to stick this down now, and I'm going to stick it down with some wet glue. This is the fiddly bit, but it's worth it. Hi Joanna! I'm still in shock about how many books you've read. Okay. So there is my so much love. And then this we're going to put on our card, but it kind of looks a bit lost. We kind of need something under there, don't we? So I'm going to go in, I think, with some ribbon. And I've either got some red ribbon, which actually looks quite nice, or we've got some blue ribbon. Just too many colours. I'm going to go with the red. Now, this red ribbon I think is really quite old, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. So I'm going to fold it over in 3. I'm just going to do a little bit of measuring. See if that works. Yeah, it does. Now I need to hold that down. I won't tell you how many I've read so far this year then. Please do tell me, because I'm just so jealous. I really am. So last year I read 20 books and I thought that was a lot. For me it was a lot. And then I saw yours and thought, okay, that's quite a lot. And I'm just going to put that under there. And that just lifts that ever so slightly. But because that's now quite a lot of height, I want to add some dimensionals in to stick this down. So I'm not going to put it in the centre, I'm just going to put them at the top and at the bottom. Book number 6. Where do you find the time? Just tell me that. I'm going to stick that there. It's not in the middle, but hey ho. So we've now got so much love on our card, and we need some other things, don't we? So let's add in some flowers. Now these flowers, do we think, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut me some white flowers. Oh, Karen, you read 20 books too. We'll be book twins. I do love a good book, and I love a good book recommendation. So what's been your favourite book that you've read either this year or last year? Put my dies back before I lose them. I'm going to lift my flowers off. Okay, so now here comes the fun bit. I want to stamp this image onto my flower. Okay, so we've got Poppy Parade. No, we haven't. We've got Sweet Sorbet and Night of Navy and Flirty Flamingo. So let's have a look at what Flirty Flamingo looks like, shall we? Do you actually sleep? Not much. I like that answer. Not much. Oh, that Blushing Bride. We're not going to get very far with that colour, are we? Now, Flirty Flamingo I always think is quite luminous, but actually that's not too bad. So now let's line this up on here and stamp. And we now have white flowers with a bit of detail on the inside. Now let's stamp that big one. And the trick with this, I line them up at the bottom. So, and I'm going to add my dots in the middle. So with my Night of Navy pen again, I'm going to add my dots in the centre. And I'm going to shape these. I'm going to close my glue, put in my hand and then just shape them. So I'm just going round and round with my glue lid. So you've got one big one and one a little one. And then we want some leaves, don't we? And let's just try and place these on here. I'm going to do one there and one at the top. What do you think? Are we liking this one? Are we hating this one? Okay, so here we go with some book recommendations. A Little Hope by Ethan Joella. Oh, you like Ethan Joella? And Verity by Colleen Hoover. I bought my first Colleen Hoover book yesterday when I was in Asda. I'm excited to give it a read. I've had lots of good things. So it's more than just crafting on here. We've got book reviews. One of my team, she runs a coffee shop and she does a book club, and every month I try my best to read the book and join the book club, and I'm not very successful, but this year I'm determined to get to it a little bit more. So now we've got a punch. I'm not going to stamp, I'm going to punch. Let's see. Let's do this instead. So I'm going to take my Night of Navy blend. And then I want a little bit of flower. Anything by Ellen Hildebrand. So what this does is it just gives you a bit of texture in your leaf. Well, I only want a few leaves, I don't want many. So I'm going to cut that and put that down there. Oh yeah, psychological thrillers. Got a little leaf there, and then I'm going to have a little leaf up here as well. Leaf punches are great because you can just use them for whatever you want to use them for. Like you can cut them down, you can punch them out of card, you can punch them out of DSP, you can make your own paper. The list is kind of endless. And here I've got this one as well. Let's just pop that in. So we've got So Much Love. We've got some different sort of looking flowers. And then on the inside, we just need to add a little bit of detail in there. So I'm going to cut myself. I don't want to waste this little leaf. Let's just trim it down. And we'll pop in there. That's it. What do we think, gang? Do we like? No, I don't need that. I need a piece of white, don't I? Because we want people to write their message. So let's go for 9.5. Let's take it down a bit more. By 13.9. Love the pop of blue. You definitely need to retire. You and me both, Kim. I would happily retire. So here we go. This one is going in there. And I have this little piece of DSP left over. So we don't really want to waste that. We're not going to use all of it, but we're just going to trim it down a little bit to bring a bit of the outside into the inside. So I'm going to do 1.5 centimetres, cut it down to 10.5. We'll save those little scraps. Oh, no worries about being late. Thank you so much for joining us. You can put that on the inside. I love putting detail, matching detail on the inside of my cards. That's it. So we've got that. Now, I promised you I'd show you another stamp set whilst we were making this one, and I won't go back on that. You've also got this one. Now, this stamp set, again, it's new from tomorrow, and I've used it here on the word husband, and I've used it on this one in the background with the word friend as my background stamping, and friend on the inside. So I feel like this needs a little bit of an add-on sentiment. What do you reckon? So we've got so much love to my friend. What do you reckon? Let's give this a whirl, shall we? I just need to find the sentiment. I love that they're imprinted on the background, but I do miss them being printed on the sheets as well. We've got to my, and then we'll have friend as well. And then we'll work out what we're gonna stamp this on, shall we? So Sandra's put loving the navy with the pinks. Joanna's put it's a fresh and happy card. I think it's happy. So we've got to my and then friend. So I've got a little bit of white here that is a scrap. So let's stamp to my on there, and let's go for sweet sorbet, shall we? Let's see what this looks like. This is where we play around with some colours, I reckon. To my. Hi Denise, Happy New Year to you too. I hope you're all well. So we've got to my and then friend. What colour do you think we need to do friend in? I'm thinking it needs to be navy blue. What do you think? So if we did navy, we'd have to heat emboss, wouldn't we? Let me have a mouthful of my tea while I deliberate. And grab some navy card. Yeah, it needs to be navy, doesn't it? So let's grab the heat embossing. Yep, navy. So love to take credit for all these decisions, but it's all you girls and boys that are watching. Right, so we want our little embossing buddy. Where are you? I had you yesterday. And where have you gone? Here you are. I did put it away. I don't always put things away. Oh, Sophie, nice to have you on in. Very nice card. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your very nice card. It arrived in the post yesterday morning. It's beautiful. And I love that the boys signed it. That was really cute. Right, so we've done friend. And we want a little bit of white embossing powder. I'm hoping this is just going to bring it all together. Let's trim this down. Oh yes. Oh yes indeed. Right, let's stick these bits down, shall we? I think it's turned up quicker, Sophie, than most of the post in the UK has turned up. I've still got so much that's outstanding. It's quite scary. So we've got To My Friend. I love it. I'm really pleased with this. I'm just staggering that ever so slightly. And I think we just need to finish it off with a gem or two. So let's have a look in my little gem pot. Now on here, these are the solid faceted gems. We have these beautiful kind of royal blue gems. I don't know what colour they actually are, but they're lovely. Well, let's use a couple of these to just bring in that blue. And there we have my final card design of the evening, all finished. So we'll just do a little recap, guys and girls. So I have used, which is buried under my desk, the Love For You stamp set and matching dies, of which they are now in a big mess, so I need to sort those out. That is available from 11 o'clock tonight on as part of the new mini catalogue. If you haven't received a catalogue that I've sent you, or you'd like one, please let me know and I will pop another one or one in the post to you. At the beginning of this, I showed you a few cards that I've made with this set already. So this one here, I was practicing this with a little gift bag on the inside just before Christmas. And here I've done a little bit of simple stamping and I've added in some sort of pencil, some pen marks on the image. Then I shared this one here. So this one is using the Best Family stamp set as well. In the background I've used the word friend and we've got some purple flowers. These are rich raspberry stamped onto a fresh freesia card. I bet you like this one, Denise. I know you're a big fan of purple coloured things. Then I shared this one. This is my husband's Valentine's card. I shared this on Instagram today, and here I've used some more red and blue. I do love a red and blue colour combination. And this time I've added in a pop of Mango Melody, and you've got the word husband there stamped, and I've got some orange gems. Then on tonight's live I made this one here, So Much Love. This was my simple stamping, just to show you how the stamp set works and how you can achieve some detail on those images. And then rather than stamping the centre, I haven't lost the centre yet, but rather than stamping the centre, I've just added in some little navy blue dots to bring the navy in from my main sentiment. and then on the inside there's a little bit of extra stamping. And then finally we made this one. So much love to my friend. I really like how this has turned out actually. We've got a little bit more of red and blue and pink, and then we've got some more detail on the inside to bring it all together. Now this one, rather than stamping the flowers and cutting them out, I've just stamped the inside detail and then used the die to cut those out. So those are all the cards that I've got to show you with this stamp set so far, but it really is one of those that you could just keep on stamping. It really is addictive. And then I also shared my bookmark that have gone out with my catalogues. That looks like this. I've just added in a bit of stamping at the top and the bottom. So guys and girls, that is it from me tonight. Thank you so much for spending nearly an hour with me. For those of you that were with me at the beginning, I'm so sorry about the sound, but we got there in the end. I now know to turn my mic off on my phone and just have my computer microphone turned on. So I'm now off to update my blog and sort my newsletter out for 11 o'clock tonight, because the new catalogue goes live and I don't want any of you to miss out. So that's it from me. I hope you have a lovely week. I'll be live on here again, same time next week, 8 o'clock on Wednesday. But if you follow me on Facebook, you can find me there on Monday night. So have a lovely weekend. Thanks for watching. If you don't subscribe to me already, hit subscribe and you'll be notified for next week's tutorial. Bye for now.